What's going on, guys? Saigai here, and today we'll be playing with the Golem deck that I showed you in a previous video. This video is an old Clash Royale deck that I made a long time ago, and I have stuck with it because throughout every changing meta, I feel this is the best deck to have. It's the most well-rounded, great on offense, great on defense. I have never had any problems with it. I love this deck. So, I'm going to be showing you 3 battles with it and why you should use this deck. So, right here, he places down a Skeleton King on my Skeleton Army and instantly gets a max charge on the Skeleton King, which obviously is a big problem, but with the Fireball in the deck, instead of a log or a zap or a small spell, I am very easily able to take out a Firecracker or anything that won't die to one of those smaller spells, and then the minions are there to just easily clean up. That was a very good elixir trade, and now he has to spend 3 elixirs on the minions, or else they will get quite a bit of damage. That's why I love the minions compared to bats, because bats wouldn't have had arrows or anything like that. And the bandit is a surefire way to get a lot of chip damage on towers. Look at that. He tried to defend it with a Barbarian Barrel. If they don't have a very good fast reaction time to that bandit, she will get a dash off and can do hundreds of damage to the tower. Now, I also have an Inferno Tower in here. I've talked in the past about how much I love the Inferno Tower. It's such a great defensive card, and you'll be able to see right here against this giant. Now, if I just had the log or a small spell, this evolved Firecracker and Witch would be a major problem. But luckily, the Fireball was able to take them both out, the Inferno Tower was able to take out the giant, and now I have a massive counter push of an entire Golem before double elixir on the other side of the tower. This tower is in shambles right now, and these archers, such an underrated card, are able to do high TPS, way more than most people expect. And I was able to just shut this guy down. The rest of the battle was honestly history. This guy knew he lost. He just gave up. I counter pushed the other lane, Skeleton Army in the middle, and absolutely destroyed this guy. And here we go, right into match 2. Now, match 2, I did a risky move. I started off right with a Golem. Now, if you do this without double elixir and start off with a Golem, knowing they have full elixir, it can be very risky if they counter push the other lane with Hog Rider or Elite Barbarians. But if you have Skeleton Army in cycle, usually it's not that big of a deal, or the Inferno Tower. Here, though, he did end up putting a giant skeleton, and I ended up putting the Inferno Tower right at the bridge. Now, a lot of people don't really see this. It's a move I like to do all the time, though, because if you have a Golem up there, it was able to take out both the Prince and the giant skeleton. Luckily, my minions tanked for the Electro Wizard, so it wasn't able to zap my Inferno Tower. And again, these archers got a lock on the tower, which was his fatal mistake. A lot of people underestimate him, and they were able to single-handedly take down that entire tower. And then the Inferno Tower, right here, was able to finish off the rest of the night. And honestly, taking out his tower that soon in the game with this deck's defense was game over. This guy did not know what to do, so I just ended up sweeping him with one last Golem push that just took him out completely. Unfortunately, he was able to defend just enough, so I wasn't able to get the 3 crown. I had 200 HP left on the tower, sadly, but I still did get a ton of crowns from whatever crown event. I just noticed it. Look at how many I'm getting. This is whack. But anyways, moving on to the 3rd battle, we're going against Slippy Fist, and this guy, again, stood no chance. I started out with a Lumberjack Minions Rush. Now, this is actually very good because the minions defend a lot of the sky, and the Lumberjack defends the ground and rages the minions on the tower, so it can very easily take the entire tower if you're not careful. He did respond with a Ram Rider, but I was able to defend the entire thing, and I started out with a nice 600 damage on his tower. So, he did Elite Barbarian me with a Musketeer, Skeleton Army, way better than the Goblin Gang. Goblin Gang would have been taken out, but luckily the Skeleton Army killed everything and just put me so positive in Elixir, I knew I could Golem Rush this guy. Now, he did try to Ram Rider, counter push me. He got quite a bit of damage on the tower, but I just let that go and killed his entire tower with this Golem push. He did Fireball, but the Bandit allowed so much extra damage that it has such high DPS, it was able to take out the rest of the tower with those Golem Knights, which was huge. Now, just like all the foes before him, this guy is going to be killed with one last Golem push in double elixir. With such a high expensive elixir deck, 4.1 on average, this man was toast. But he did do one of the best moves I've ever seen in Clash Royale. he almost was able to defeat my entire Golem push with this move. Defensive Royal Giant. I was not expecting it at all. I didn't know what to do. All I could do was spam down cards in hopes I could defend this insane big brain play. Luckily, I was able to, and this man was finished. All I had to do was just spam down cards at this point. He couldn't do anything about it. And another 3-crown victory for the old OG Golem deck that is, in my opinion, still the best. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, stay tuned, subscribe, and leave a like, because I really try on these Clash Royale videos. I like this game. I think it's making a big comeback with these elite cards. I love you guys. Have a good day.